and tanks of all sizes. For fencing, we stock barbed wire, chain link, and wire mesh. And the best part, we offer free countrywide delivery with our fleet of transit trucks and pickups. Your order arrives on time, every time. Visit us in Kitengela along Namanga Highway, opposite 411 stage, or at our branches in Kitisuru and Busia. For enquiries, call us on 020-26-88-888 or 0733-666632 or 0721-923248. Competitive Hardware Limited, your reliable hardware supplier.
Join our team at AYTB in partnership with Competitive Manpower. AYTB is seeking qualified candidates for the following positions: Technical Advisor, QA or QC Personnel, Shop Coordinator, Report Organizer, Rotating Equipment Repair Technician, Valve Overhaul Technician, Machining Technician.
Contact us today on 0721-506627 or 0733-392180. You can also visit us at Waterseas Plaza, Kikorok Road. Alternatively, you can send an email to info@competitivemanpower.com. Apply now. Limited slots available.
Hello and good morning. Welcome back to CBS. Welcome to our newspaper review. It's always a joy and an honor to have you in our show. Again, standing in for Dan Flo Lindwe, and I'm joined in studio by Mr. Joseph Mathenge, an honorable member of CNN, where they promote free flow of journalism across the globe. It's always our joy to have you here. Let's go on into what is in our dailies today. And in the Daily Nation, we have shame of political thuggery, of course, before I introduce Mr. Mathenge. And the Standard newspaper is talking about the Tower of Babel, which we'll be talking more to you about. So, Mr. Joseph Mathenge,
yes.
Karibu sana tena hapa kwa studio.
Asante sana. Again, it's yet another day.
Yes.
I'm here with Doris.
Oh, so you enjoyed the show yesterday?
Oh, indeed I did. It was a very good day, actually. I enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the people also enjoyed having you here.
Are you sure?
Yes, they
Can you
did.
prove that?
Yes, I got feedback. They were happy to see you here.
Okay.
So I hope today they also enjoy the show and get to hear more about what is going on in our country.
Oh, sure, by all means.
Okay.
Yes.
So in our top story today in the Daily Nation, we have shame of political thuggery. This is as a result of the launching of the former Deputy President, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, party yesterday.
Yes.
The party is called Democracy.
Yes.
Democracy for what?
It's written there, actually, democracy.
Yeah, it's the Democracy for Citizens Party, DCP,
yes.
which was launched yesterday.
Yes.
And so the Daily Nation has highlighted the events that took place yesterday. So what do you think about this story, Mr. Mathenge?
Actually, what I should say, it's a shame. Just as according to the title says, it's a shame of political thuggery. This is not the first time we are seeing this in the country.
Yeah.
We have seen these kind of things happening every now and then. Whenever we have political differences, you see people fighting, you see goons invading meetings of other people. It is not right, I should say so.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a right to participate in any meeting, as long as it's a peaceful meeting. It has all the, it has followed all the channels. It has been accredited. I don't see why people should be interfering with other affairs. Because when you look at this, it's not the first time we have seen this kind of goons. I mean, shameful act taking place in political arenas.
And not only political arenas, but it has been observed that whenever the former deputy president goes to a meeting somewhere, something chaotic tends to happen.
It is
so
true.
It's something that has been ongoing.
Actually, it's raising a concern, because I remember last year, the former deputy president went to attend a funeral. And in that funeral, things happened. And there were chaos all over. In fact, it was also very bad to see the people, goons invading a burial ceremony.
Yes, very wrong.
That tells us we are not, Kenya is actually, we're heading in a different direction.
Yes.
Yes, because how do you actually invade a burial ceremony because so-and-so is in that, is among the mourners?
It's not good at all, because you're supposed to be considerate of the fellow Kenyan who is mourning. And
I don't think Gachagua is a criminal per se. He has a right to be anywhere in this country. Yes. We saw him the other day attending a church service. Was it in Mwiki?
Yes, I think in Mwiki, and the same happened.
And the same thing happened. I think this should be, the government of the day should also take this, actually should own up this and actually take action, and even investigate, other than investigating, they should also come up with the, actually tell us who is behind this.
Yes. Yes. But you see, yesterday the Interior Cabinet Secretary Murkomen said that they had not been informed about the meeting when he was giving his statement, but then the deputy chair of the DCP party, Cleophas Malala, said that they had informed there is no way the meeting can take place before they say they are going to have such a meeting for security purposes. But then we also have the current deputy president saying that, condemning what happened at the party. So all this is contradicting, like, what is going on? Actually, it's a contradiction. We have several contradiction statements coming from different people from the same, from the government. Yes. Here we have a Minister for Interior Security saying they have not been informed. Yes. Then we have the Deputy President actually condemning the act. We don't see, and then condemning the act saying Gachagua had a right to do, to host his, to hold his meeting, yes. And even launch his party. That's democracy. Yes. But again, we see the cabinet secretary saying, actually going further and saying that the people who were behind that, those who are youth who are fighting, actually they were actually sharing the handouts. That's how, I don't know how he got to know about that. Yes. Yes. But does it mean that people who are sharing handouts, if they cause chaos, government cannot take charge of that? No, they should. They should protect Kenyans. Kenyans should know they have the right to and the freedom to hold their meetings as long as the security officials have been informed about it. In fact, Malala went ahead and said they had informed the authority about the event. So, I don't know why again the CS for Interior Security would go ahead and say that they were not informed. Maybe they need to sort out do some in-house work. But moving on, we have the logo for the party in Skiza wa Kenya. It's a near and a hand. Near and a hand, yes. Skiza wa Kenya, Skiza ground. Skiza ground. Okay. Yes. So he's promising that they're going to lend a listening ear to Kenyans on issues that are affecting them. Yeah, sure. That's what he's saying. Yes. Let's hope the party will follow to its adhere to its slogan. Yes. Yes. And also some important things he said that those that have supported him during this 6-month period should not feel entitled to get a position in his party. Like he said that they have to compete, and whoever wins is the one who's going to get an official position. Yes. So he's talking of democracy again within the party. All right. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Okay. Yes. And going on to the Standard, we have the Tower of Babel that is also talking about the contradictions that are going on in the government. Yes. Where, for example, in this story of abductions, the president came forth and said that all those that had been abducted have been released. Yeah. But then when the Interior Cabinet Secretary Murkomen went to a show, he said that the president was not supposed to say abduction per se, because Kenyans went online and were saying that if they are saying abductions, that means they are admitting that these abductions took place and the government may be involved.
Actually, again, we are seeing the contradiction within the government. Which means that the head of state and his cabinet secretary are not on the same page, because when the cabinet secretary says this, the guy corrects his boss. There is no communication between the two. And that's now that brings confusion even to the public.
Because we are wondering what is going on. So. Do they know about the abductions? Are they abductions? Because he said it should be, the president should have said missing persons.
Missing persons, yes.
Which is also, why should we say missing persons?
We should not be having the government of the day again, the security per se, should be able to tell us, should also even investigate and even find out where these persons, missing people are. Now, when you talk of abductions, the head of state said there will be no longer abductions. Now, again, he said that people have been released and they have actually gone back to their families. The question is, and this is the same question we had yesterday, who was behind these abductions? Who had ordered all this? These questions are not being answered. I think the government has a role to play to inform the public more about these abductions.
Okay.
And assure Kenyans about of their security, their safety and security.
All right. So this is the page on this is the newspaper for the Daily Standard. That's the cover page. We have the president. With the headline is the Tower of the Babel.
Tower
of Babel.
Why Tower of Babel? Where did they get this title from?
The Tower of Babel. It's in the Bible.
What happened in this Tower of Babel? What happened?
The Babylonian Tower. I think this is the Babylonian Tower. Okay, maybe you can tell me more about it.
But you are a church goer. You know about this. You are a Christian.
I know about
the Tower of Babel.
I know more about Babylon more than the Tower of Babel.
The Tower of Babel, where people are building.
The one that God confused their languages and they could not continue because they wanted to build and reach into heavens where God lives.
So what does it mean? Does it mean that there are people in the government building the tower? Why confusion?
And then there's confusion in this tower that they are building. We're yet to know. Why don't you let us know, you who is watching at home, what do you think about the Tower of Babel as the headlines? All right, and into another interesting story. Yesterday we talked about the University of Nairobi going down, and it was such a sad story, seeing that this is the institution that most of us, if not all of us, have desired to attend when we were in those days. But then now, yesterday we faced the University of Nairobi, and when you look at the standard, today it's talking about my university dismissing over 900 staff over debt enrollment, what they are calling redundancy.
I don't think.
So what is happening to our institutions?
And especially education institution. Education in this country, this is not a good thing. Actually, it's not something that should be taken lightly. We are losing it when the education of this country is affected. We are saying, I actually read the story, and they are saying the university had about 48,000 students, but it has reduced to 21,000, meaning half of it actually has to either dropped out, has actually left the institution because of the mismanagement of the institution. So the government actually should do something about this. Education is the key. Education is the backbone of this country, is the backbone of our economy, is the backbone of everything we see in this country. So it should be given a priority. I don't know, the government should actually salvage the situation. Before now, it gets worse than it is today.
Yes, they should.
Yeah.
Because even the Finnish president, when he was in the country, he said that education was part of what helped build security. Yes. So education is not only about informing our young ones and helping them to grow and become better persons. Yes. It's also building into other sectors in the country.
Yes.
So I think the government should take this seriously, because having some of the big institutions coming out, like there are issues, wrangles going on in the institution, they should be able to come off and share with us.
Actually, like you're saying, collapsing, when we see these institutions collapsing, I think it's high time the government took charge of it. Those because now mismanagement of funds and all that should not be the case. Even fighting of the power, positions and all that should not be the case at all. They should actually have our students in mind, at heart, before anything else. That should be the first priority. Even when you fight for position, please know that we have our children there, and they need to have that education.
Yes.
So if one wants to fight for any position, let not be happening.
Almarai Company, in collaboration with Competitive Manpower, is urgently hiring for the following exciting roles: Grade 1 mechanics, panel beaters, refrigeration technicians, lead mechanics, diesel plant mechanics, welders and stainless steel welders. Why apply? This is a free recruitment with no application or placement fees required. Contact us today on 0721 506627 or 0733 392180. You can also visit us at Waterseas Plaza, Kikorok Road. Alternatively, you can send an email to info@competitivemanpower.com. Apply now. Limited slots available.
Competitive Manpower International Limited is recruiting delivery riders in the United Arab Emirates. If you have a passion for the road and a desire to work in a fast-paced environment, then this is your chance. Don't wait. Send your applications to competitivemanpower@gmail.com. Want to apply in person? Visit our offices at Kiko Road behind the Casa Hotel, KCB River Road, Nairobi. For more details, call us now on 0721 506627 or 0733 392180. Act. First opportunities are limited. Secure your spot today and start your journey as a delivery rider in the United Arab Emirates.
So welcome back to the newspaper review, and we go back to the Standard, where it has covered on page 3 of the Standard. We have 24 million Kenyans are wearing Mitumba reports. As I was asking Mr. Mathenge, do you know about Gikomba?
When you talk of Gikomba,
yes,
the first thing that comes in our mind,
yeah,
not to anybody in this country,
yeah,
it's about second-hand clothes.
Yes.
Gikomba is where we have those second-hand clothes.
Yeah.
Where we have millions and millions of clothes actually being imported this is where everybody and people travel all the way from even up country to come and get clothes from that place to go and even sell. Actually, that's why we have these wholesalers of mitumbas.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So the Standard is talking about, there was a launch yesterday by
Yes.
Mitumba Consortium Association of Kenya chairperson, who's
Yes.
on the page.
Yes.
Her name is Teresia Wairimu, was speaking during the launch yesterday.
Yes.
And they were saying Mitumba is like, this is something that Kenyans have embraced. It's not enforced. Clothes are not dumped in Kenya.
Yeah, in fact, in this country, you find that even the industries we had, textile industries, they don't do very well because a bigger percentage of Kenyans rely on mitumba. Why?
Yeah, because they're cheaper, they're affordable, they're long-lasting.
Yes, yes.
That is what I would say.
Yes.
All right. So that's almost half the population of Kenya.
Yes.
All right. We move on to another story,
Yes.
the story about women in Pokot changing the narrative of cattle rustling.
Yes.
So we have women from the year 2016,
Yes,
where
yes.
they launched table banking.
Yeah.
The story is covered in the Daily Nation.
Yes.
They launched table banking in
Yes.
order to change the narrative,
Yes.
where instead of praising their young men who go for cattle raiding, because that was the culture back then,
Yes.
they came up with a plan. Why don't we change this story? Because we don't want our young men killing or dying over
Yes.
cattle rustling.
Yes.
But we can change this story by educating them, coming together, putting our money together, and then educating our young people.
Yes.
And now instead of praising the cattle rustlers,
Yes.
now we can praise the young children who are coming from school, so we can encourage the education.
Oh,
Yeah.
now you're saying that children, rather men,
Yeah.
young men,
Yes.
would go and actually go for to raid in some areas, maybe in the neighborhood, neighboring villages to come and then bring those cattle at home. When they do that, of course, now they were being celebrated. They were being actually cheered by women. They were
Yes.
perceived to be heroes.
Heroes in the
Yes,
community.
in the community. Now you're saying that this time round, at is it a table bank? You say that table
Table
bank,
banking, yes, the chama,
a
what
group
is
of
popularly
women
known as
have
chama.
come up together and started at table banking, trying now to encourage their children to go to school instead of going to raid. For raiding, now they want them to be going to school. Coming back from school now, they are being cheered. So they're encouraging education. That's what you're saying. They're encouraging education in the society.
Oh,
That's
right.
what they're doing.
Yes.
So do you mean to say that, don't you think that's a good move actually in the community?
It's a good move, seeing that here now we keep hearing stories about
Yes.
cattle rustling in
Yes.
these communities.
Yes.
But it's also good to know that women have taken charge and they want to change this narrative.
Yes.
And as we are talking about the security of the nation,
Yes.
now we can move on to the political background. I think
Yes.
we Kenyans do love politics.
Again, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think about 2027? So what is going to happen to 2027?
Now going back to politics again,
Yes.
I think from what I can see, because I can see, they say that when you see a cloud, know that it's going to rain. It's going to rain. Actually, it's a sign of rain. Actually, it will pour down heavily. Now, I am not a prophet. We are not prophets of doom, but we can see the way forward. Education. Politics is taking another narrative in this country. Actually, it's taking the direction it's taking. There will be a lot of things happening because all these political arenas, these political parties coming up, opposition and the government of the day, none of them want none of them want to step down to be seen as a loser.
Yes. And also seeing that yesterday at the launch, people were expecting to see Dr. Mathenge at the party, and some of the top officials in this country, the ones we were talking about yesterday, Mother Karua, Kalonzo Musyoka, but they were not seen. They were not seen at this event.
Well,
So,
I don't think they were okay. They may have not. They had that reason. Probably it would have been important to see them also cheering up, or rather giving a moral support to Gachagua, whom actually have been with them ever since he left the government. But I don't know why they did not show up in that the launch of the party. I don't know why, but. That leaves a question. There's a question behind that. Anybody who is asking about it.
Oh, all right. And we have the IEBC nominees still on the 2027.
Yes.
Are they unfit for office?
Now that one, we have a committee that is supposed to tell us about it.
Yes.
During the nomination. Of course, the nomination doesn't mean that you're the key person. You finally become the. You've been actually been appointed. Nomination means there's still another process to go. So before you now become officially the chairman, or maybe the member of the IABC. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And also moving on to an interesting story that you just shared with me earlier on about Samuel Wanjiru.
Yes.
He passed on May 16th, the year 2011.
Yes.
And you're telling me that the mother has not yet moved on from this loss.
Yes, you know, a mother and losing somebody, it's something that you cannot forget anybody. It's very hard to forget. You cannot forget, because this person, that was her son. That was her son, and to date, she still mourns because he was the sole breadwinner. Actually, and then this mother who saw him actually grow up to become a champion in a marathon, in athletics. So I don't think she is actually mourning her son to date.
Okay.
It is not something easy. Losing a child, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Even losing a beloved one, it's not easy.
Yes, I do agree.
Yes.
And also now we have the American government having an issue with the recent visit of our president towards China.
Yes.
And they're talking about that, his recent visit, and the president was talking about him bringing together the West and the East.
Yes.
Like Kenya can take that step ahead of bringing the East and the West together. What are your thoughts about this story?
Well, now it's a bit challenging. That's a bit tricky, because bringing these two, these are mighty powers, countries, superpowers, and where we are, I don't think we are in the position of bringing these two together. We are not in that position yet. From the look of things, we are yet far, because we are dependent. And actually, we go looking for funds in those two countries. We are a bit far kidogo. I don't think we are there yet. And if we are in fact in between, eventually we may end up being sidelined by both. Yeah, we are becoming double dealers.
Oh, no. But I think there's just something going on when it comes to the African countries, because we can see the beloved president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, also visited the East the other day.
Yes.
He was, not the East, he visited Russia the other day.
Yes.
And people have been talking around what is going on with the African presidents.
Going to other countries, power countries.
Powerful countries.
At the end of the day, like I've said, we are yet, African continent, and especially some countries, we do not, we depend so much on these power countries. We depend so much on them, and so going there, we are actually seeking either support or favor of some kind.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Economically, we are not that stable.
Yes.
You can say.
But people think we are coming on well.
We are, but how far? Where are we now? Now, when you look at, for example, in Kenya, we look at now here in Kenya. I don't know where you come. You're back here in your home in village.
Yes.
Do you still have? Do you want to tell me that all the roads are tarmacked?
No, not all of them.
Why?
Of course, not the village.
Why?
Roads.
Why are they not tarmacked? And we have the every day, every now and then, we normally have funds. We normally actually borrow from outside to come and develop our countries. How come that this? I mean, there are no developments yet.
I think
and funds are allocated aside for that purpose.
No, I would leave that to the members that are involved in the county government or in the national government. Yes.
So it means the money that we get from outside there, from the people we are going to see out there, is not actually put in the right use actually.
Oh, yeah. I think they would tell us more because we're talking about money. We also have CS Dwaled demanding 22 billion Kenyan shillings for the health sector. We have like almost all the cabinet, if not all, are asking for money for their sectors to develop their sectors. So let's see how this develops.
Yeah, there we are.
Okay. Do you still want to comment on the 4 IEBC nominees?
That one I am yet to see. I mean, the outcome of that, because so far there's a lot happening within. Yeah.
All right. All right. And moving on into the story, the football stories today. In the Standard, yesterday we had fixtures for Gor Mahia, where Gor Mahia scored 1 and City Stars 2. You said you're a Gor Mahia fan.
Yes, in fact, I promised you that I would be going there.
You'll be going there, so did you go there?
What happened is that there were many things that came up and I was not able to. But I'm the supporter of Gor Mahia.
So yesterday they lost 1 to City Stars.
It was not a very good for us. A very good thing for us. Our team losing.
But you still have one more game.
Oh yeah, that
to
one.
To salvage this situation. I'm not favoring any team, but you already are fan.
I can tell you for sure. It will not be easy.
It will not be easy.
It will not be easy. I can tell you for sure.
And every team will put their best leg forward.
I can assure you that.
All right.
Yes.
And we have also Kariobangi Sharks scoring 1 against KCB, which did not score any goal. Okay. So, all right. So I think that's it for us from our table in the dailies today. Thank you so much for tuning in to today. And thank you, Mr. Joseph Mathenge, for joining us today and educating us and giving us more information about what is going on in the different sectors here in Kenya and across the globe. It's an honor to have you in our show.
Thank you.
And it's also an honor having you here watching us at CBS News. Do have a great day. My name is Doris Waithera.